local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, thanks for joining us inside the Bandits dressing room here at the Cenovus Energy Hub. We have a special Junior B Provincial broadcast as we get you ready for an incredible week of hockey. And to start out, we have Game 4 heroes Shae, Stewart, and Kade Dennett joining us. Kade's dad and Junior B Provincials committee member Corey Dennett will also be here in a bit. And we'll also hear from head coach Josh Dudding, assistant coaches Corey Dallyn and Lane Klassen will also be here. From the Vermilion Tigers, head coach Danny Haygarth will be joining us, plus a special Lloydminster look back at the 1993 Western Canadian Junior B champion Lloydminster Bandits and how the team was saved in the early 90s. Bring your business plans to life with Lakeland College, with options in marketing, accounting, appraisal, entrepreneurship, and general business. You can build skills in 1 or 2 years or level up from a diploma to a degree. Wherever you're headed, a startup, top employer, or freelance work, Lakeland gets you ready for the real world. Real programs, real results. Get down to business today. Learn more at lakelandcollege.ca/business. Well, sticking with hockey, but on another level for just a moment. The Play It Forward hockey game is back on April 17th here at the Cenovus Energy Hub. And this year, the game is a 12-hour game that runs from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Last year's game raised $70,000 for Border City Connects. And Aaron Buckingham told us they are in need this year of at least 10 more players.
We have 48 players, have to raise a minimum of $500 each to play in the game, and a lot of guys blow that away. We have players that raise $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? So that fundraiser has turned into a $70,000 a year fundraiser for Border City Connects. So, but we couldn't do it without the players. We've had people that have been there, played every single game. We have people that drop off due to commitments here and there and different things that happen. But right now, we're less than a month away. We're still short 10 players to get our 48.
If you'd like to play in that game, feel free to get in touch with myself or anyone from Border City Connects to get yourself registered. All right, let's bring in our guest today. We have the Game 4 heroes here. We have the gentleman who scored the game-winning goal in a 2-1 triple overtime game. We have Kade Dennett sitting right beside me here, and a guy who made 51 saves in that hockey game. We've got Shae Stewart sitting down at the end. So, boys, thanks for being here. Appreciate you giving up some time on a Tuesday night. I know it's going to be a busy week for you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, busy week, and I want to get to that in just a moment. But I want to look back on that Vermilion series. And Kade, let's start with you. Just maybe take us through. It's triple overtime. How tired are you, and what happens on that play?
Pretty tired. It was a face-off win for them. They went to go pass it up. Guy broke to the middle, and I stepped up and grabbed the puck and tried to get a puck on net, and it luckily went in.
So are you shooting everything? Are you guys shooting everything at the net at that point? What's happening? Like, what are you guys talking about in the intermissions?
Everything's going towards the net for that.
Everything.
It's kind of the mindset going into the triple overtime and all overtimes, I guess. So,
are you guys eating, drinking anything during the intermission? What's going on when it's like triple overtime?
they are snacking, drinking some BioSteel Gatorade, whichever you can find. So
they were, but you weren't.
I was.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How nervous are you guys when it's triple overtime like that? How nervous are you knowing that, you know, if we don't win, we're still up 3-1, but wanting to end it right there?
A little bit. Kind of depends on being up 3-0 in the series. Kind of gets rid of the nerves a bit, but you still want to win there. So there's a little bit of nerves, but not too much.
Shae, 51 saves. Was there an easy one in the bunch?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. The guys did a pretty good job of keeping them to the outside and making sure I could see everything. So it was pretty good.
Was there shots that you remember where you're like, oh,
Not really. No,
no.
kind of blacked out the whole game. So
Seriously, that's what goes through your mind. Just
Yeah.
just the game. For you, it's different, isn't it? For you, it's a completely different scenario? Because you can't get being a goaltender. What's the mindset for you?
Yeah, I don't know. I just try to stay focused and stop everything. I make mistake and it's over. No second chances.
Was there one or two saves that you remember from that game that you're just like, that run through your head at night?
I think there's one I think it was in the second overtime. It was a high shot and I kind of caught it on my shoulder and it dropped behind me. Jace Gunderson pulled it out off the goal line. So that was a pretty lucky one.
What's the year been like for you guys knowing you're going to host provincials? Like, do you look at the season? Does it look any different? Like, are you looking ahead to provincials or just thinking about that? Just thinking about the playoffs?
I think trying to win league was our main goal this year. Just 'cause it's 4 of us last year's that's been here for the 4 years. So that was kind of our goal and we accomplished it. So now provincials is kind of the next step.
Tell me about that core group. You're talking about the 4 guys.
We've been here all 4 years, the 4 of us, and we've seen the highs and the lows, and all we want to do is win. So it was nice to get done this last year.
Do you feel a little bit extra pressure because the provincials are here? Because I know when I talked to your coach, he said we're not backing in.
A little bit, but not too much. I think it'll be nice to play some new teams for sure, but we still got some challenges to do. So
tell me about that, playing the new teams. What do you know about them?
not a thing.
Do you know anything about them, Shae?
Not really.
How's
no.
a goaltender prepare when you don't have any video?
I don't know. I actually like it better playing guys I don't know. They get in my own head, I think. Playing guys I know where they tend to shoot and then they shoot somewhere else and it stuns me.
Advantage for you, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. So you get to the final against Vermilion to take out Killam. You're into play with Vermilion. You got to start on the road. Are you like, we worked all year for this, and now game 1 is on the road? Did that get to you guys a little bit? You had to start on the road because the powwow was here, so you couldn't get it started in Lloyd. Well, were you guys like, what was the mindset going in that, we worked all year to get this, and now we got to start on the road?
Kind of to win that one because we knew we had 2 games coming back into Lloyd. So if we won that one, we had more confidence coming back here. Steal 2 from them.
And that 7-6 game, what do you think that game flipped the series? Like, do you think that game sets up the series, the entire series? Does that game summarize the entire series for you guys?
I think it did. I think if they won that game, that could have been a completely different series. But after that, it kind of looked like they weren't there for the rest of the last 2 games. So
what are you thinking, Shae? You guys are down 4-1.
I was pretty mad. Yeah, I don't know. I think that usually we don't come back from that, and no team probably does. But there's some good words said in between the first and second period, and the guys really pulled it together. Showed us how we can play.
How much would it mean to you guys see a full rink out here for provincials? Your home games, mostly 8 o'clock each night. Saturday's a little bit different, but most games start 8 o'clock each night. How full do you want to see this arena? And does it make a difference?
It'd be pretty cool to pack the barn, brand new rink, and it's pretty big, so would be really awesome to see it full.
How different was it for you playing on this ice than playing in Vermilion where it's so much smaller?
I think just the size of the rink. The size of the rink here, not teams are too familiar with. They're a bit slower coming out here, but Vermilion's a smaller rink, so it's a bit more challenging to play with, but we get it done. So
Shae, how's it for you? Because it all of a sudden it's different angles.
Yeah, it actually changes quite a bit. Used to guys shooting farther out and can see a little better when it's not so bunched up, but when it gets tight on that small ice, it really clogs things up.
Okay, with the black seats out here and being a goaltender.
That's brutal.
It is, eh?
Yeah, it's brutal. You can't see nothing.
So you want the fans to move with you.
Yeah.
So pack one end,
Where you're
the end
red.
you're looking at and where you're red,
Yeah.
and then move to the other end during the intermission.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's home ice advantage for at least one game until they figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, good luck, gentlemen. Appreciate you giving us some of your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much.
We'll take a break and be right back here with more from the Cenovus Energy Hub as the Bandits head into the 2026 Provincials with 5 other clubs, including the Vermilion Tigers. We're back in just a moment.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Border City Furniture in downtown Lloydminster is proud to be your 100% locally owned and operated furniture store with a focus on Canadian-made quality furniture. Shop their tremendous selection of beautiful living room sets, stylish sectionals, and comfy recliners. Border City Furniture also offers many different sizes of dinettes, as well as incredible bedroom sets and mattresses. Stop in and see Calvin and Ryan for the best customer service experience in Lloyd. They've got the awards to prove it. Border City Furniture in downtown Lloydminster, where the sale never ends.
At Wellings of Lloydminster 55 Plus community, life doesn't slow down here, it simply gets easier. Live carefree with no schedules, no pressure, just the freedom to live life at your own pace. Discover more about Care Freedom Living exclusively at Wellings. Stop by our open house in the brand new clubhouse Saturday, April 18th from 1 to 3 p.m. Wellings of Lloydminster, 3211 72 Ave, and connect at wellingsoflloydminster.com for more.
Welcome back. We're here in the Bandits dressing room getting you ready for Junior B Provincials that start tomorrow night and run through Sunday. It's been a long time coming, gentlemen, but it's finally here. Welcome, Corey Dennett. He is on the planning committee for the Provincials, and of course, Josh Dudding is the head coach of your Lloydminster Bandits. It does seem like it's been an incredibly long year. I'm going to move that for you, Josh. There you go. Get you a little more comfortable. It does seem like it took forever to get here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going on December of 2024, and it seems like it's been a long time, but now that it's here, you think, okay, where'd the time go?
Corey, tell me about putting this tournament together. Tell me about like what it's taken to get to this point with sponsors, with the team, with everybody. Are you guys exhausted now? Do you have anything left for at least the planning committee?
It's been a lot. Like I want to say it was probably November of last year when we started, thinking about it, new rink, and just having the opportunity to do it. We're like, okay, let's do it. Got the bid, and then that was in January. And then, yeah, just a lot of people coming together, a lot of sponsors, as you can see kind of back there. There's way too many to go over and talk about, right? But
we'll throw them up on the screen.
We definitely thank them all for sure. Also with the planning committee, a lot of hours put in by a lot of ladies. There's a lot of Monday nights where, I sit there at second cup with them and get told what to do. And, without them looking for prize table stuff, going up for sponsors, setting it up with the City of Lloyd to get everything done, just countless hours just to make it work for the boys to kind of give them an experience that they'll never forget.
Tell me about the format of this tournament, because it's different. There isn't really a playoff round per se. It's more like curling.
Yeah, it's definitely different. So there's 6 teams. Each team will play four round robin games. The schedule is all decided by Hockey Alberta and how they rank everybody. So you get a game Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then best 2 records face off for the gold. Next 2 face off for bronze, and 5 and 6 unfortunately have to go home. And then the point system's a little bit different as well. So you get 3 points for regulation win, 2 points for an OT win, 1 point for an OT loss, and then nothing obviously for the loss.
You guys have put a lot of work into bringing this to Lloydminster. I asked the players. I'll ask you guys too. What would it mean to see a full rink?
You know, that's a great question. Lloyd's always been a place where they get behind a team when you have momentum, you're doing well. It's been building with this program for 4 years. Took a lot, the last 2 years when we filled the Civic for Game 7 in Round 2 last year. Had 1,500 people again here in the final again. So, it'd kind of be the cherry on the top if we can pack this rink and, finish the season with that goal and that banner in a full rink. It'd be something you never forget. So,
how have ticket sales been, Corey?
Ticket sales been good. Online, we're doing well. I guess, you can go on the website or on our Facebook page. That'll take you to the link to buy, event passes. Adults are only $50 for the whole tournament, right? So 14 games of great hockey for $50. You're not going to find a cheaper entertainment out there, right?
So $50 gets you in starting tomorrow afternoon, 3:00.
1 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, it's 1 o'clock tomorrow.
1 o'clock start tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'd have been late. That's for damn sure. So, but $50 gets you into every single game.
And that's for an adult pass. Seniors is only $30. Students is $30, right? So it's really, really cheap. And from the word that's out there is, watching Game 3 against Vermilion, how full this place was, and the whole guardrail was too deep. From what I'm hearing is, it's going to be more than that. I think the city's behind the boys, and they're ready to show that they appreciate the support.
What does hosting provincials do for the club? How does it set the club up for coming seasons? For what does it mean financially to the Bandits to host provincials?
It's at the start it was, holy smokes, this is not going to be cheap to put on, but it's a great opportunity. In junior B hockey, the clubs aren't in it to make a ton of money, and at the end of the day, you always want to be positive. Speaking from even from last year, what we had in the second round in the finals really set us up to kind of do what we did this year. Without the success of last year, where we're sitting in here right now might not exist. So the hope with doing well in provincials gives you more freedom that you can, give back to the boys, do more team events, stuff like that.
For you, like Corey, for you guys, financially, does it fill up the coffers?
It does. I think so, right? I've been with Kade's played for 4 years. First 2 years I was just a parent, right? And then the last 2 years I've kind of came on board and just volunteered, helped, right, whenever I could. And just hearing where the team was, through the dark years, I guess, the Oiler years type thing, right?
Yep.
Is just it, like Josh said, on the junior B clubs, you're not in it to make money. You're just, if you break even, perfect, right? And there was a lot of years where it showed. And now, last year, this year, even 3 years ago too, right? Just getting that second round of playoffs, like Josh said again, is just getting the momentum from the city, just behind the boys, just pushing them to go, right?
You had a call out for volunteers. How did that go?
Really well. We filled up. I think there was 15 spots for every game, and they all filled up here about a week ago. So no, it's been really good. We definitely appreciate the support from the city.
What's the schedule? What's your guys' schedule?
Like for games?
Yeah.
So we're tomorrow night. We're 8:00 against Medicine Hat. Thursday night we are 8:00 again, just right after opening ceremonies, playing Lacrete. Friday night is at 7, and we are playing Calgary North Stars. And then Saturday we get the afternoon game, so 2:30, and we'll be playing Sherwood Park.
Okay, and that'll wrap it up. Like you say, it's 3-2-1 for points, right?
Yep.
3-2-1 for points. Now, I had another question for you, Corey, and I cannot remember what the heck it was. It slipped my mind. But I know what I wanted to ask you about. Opening ceremonies. That's something you don't want to miss.
So, opening ceremonies are 7:00 on Thursday. They'll be going to be quick, so make sure you're here to watch them. We put out a draw for 9 of the local U11, U13 kids. They're going to come out and be flag bearers, 1 flag bearer for each team. And then there's 2 for our team, one of the coach's boys, or both his boys, sorry, and then Canada and Alberta and Saskatchewan flag. Each team will come out quick. We'll have the mayor out, do a little bit of speech. I think we have somebody from the casino coming out on their behalf. And then, kind of a puck drop from, I guess we'll find out who that is on Thursday, who's doing a puck drop. And, so we come back to the room and then head on out to play the Crete.
So I know you got a lot of sponsors. We'll put them on the screen here. But I know one particular classic oil field you can't say enough about.
They've been around for a long, long time, right? And it's we're happy to have them. They are going to be the ones doing the puck drop. So we're just happy to have them on board with us year after year after year. And I'm pretty sure that they're enjoying seeing some success from the team.
Gentlemen, thank you. Appreciate it. Unless I'm forgetting anything.
Go Bandits, go.
We'll take a short break. We're going to come back. Josh is going to stick around, and we're going to bring in Corey Dallyn, and we'll have Lane Klassen join us as well in just a moment.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we take pride in our quality products and outstanding service. Our custom processing goes far beyond just cutting your meat. There's also our very popular in-store cuts and fresh sausage cooler with all your family's needs and budget in mind. Planning a wedding, family reunion, or weekend get-together? Let us prepare a mouth-watering roast beef, pulled pork, or brisket to perfection just for you. Or take it home and prepare it yourself with one of our incredible Yoder smokers. Diamond 7 Meats, locally owned, family owned, and proudly serving the farm families and communities of the Midwest.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years. It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Superior Water specializes in nothing but water. And with over 23 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call. 780-875-6636 or stop and see them at their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste, and after all, it is superior water. And while we have the coaches here, I just want to remind everybody about Cupcakes for Caregivers. Cupcakes for Caregivers open to all forms of caregivers, not just those professionals. We think about doctors and nurses, nothing like that. Well, it's like that, of course, but nominating a deserving person or group is simple and easy. Just email livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Tell us about those special caregivers. It's just a great way to have someone recognized and show them how much they are appreciated. Cupcakes for Caregivers is brought to you by Lloydminster Sobeys and Umbrella Marketing and Design. We have got, down on the end here, we have got Corey Dallyn, and I've known Corey, I'd say, for most of my life. I have known Corey. We have got Lane Klassen here. And we've got, of course, back with us again, Josh Dudding, head coach of your Lloydminster Bandits. Boys, we'll start with you, Josh, about winning the championship. Do you feel like you slayed the dragon this year?
I do. I was talking to my wife about it last night, and for the last 8 days, I'm like, it doesn't feel real, and I laugh, and I love this story because it involves him, but. I remember Kade skating down the ice, shooting a puck, hitting the post. I couldn't see what happened after that. Next thing I know, I'm getting bear hugged from behind from Lane. I'm trying to turn around, and Corey comes in the other side and hugs me, and I just put my hands in the air going, we won. So it was awesome.
Lane, what are you seeing?
You keep your emotions in check for so many games and so many days, and then you're like, well, we survived the second overtime. I think we can do this. And then seeing the fresh boys go out there for their first shift in a while and cause a turnover, and Kade stealing that puck on the red line when a couple of Vermilion guys went a little deep, and he come across the blue and he had space, and he's got a great shot. And he just served a 2-minute coincidental, so he had some extra energy, and it hit the post, and I think I blacked out a little bit when I saw it cut right into the mesh, and just like Josh said, grabbed on. It was awesome.
Corey, you won championships with this team.
Yeah, this is totally different than I've ever experienced. So, as a player, you're able to control what happens out on the ice. As a coach, you try to control and help out, but you're at the mercy of whatever happens out there, and I think that's probably the hardest thing to do. Like, we're all emotional guys. We're all hockey guys through and through. Player comes first sometimes instead of coach, and you get pulled into the game. And I don't know. I'm really proud of what they did, and for Kade to score in his last year, that was pretty phenomenal.
What brought you back to the Bandits, Corey?
It actually started back in probably 17. I think my oldest boy, I guess he played 3.5, 4 years here. There was a coaching change. Josh was involved at the assistant level, and Lane and Josh had kind of already joined up, and Josh was having a bit of a tough time. And I when he asked me initially to help out, I really wasn't sure if I could continue. Like, I almost felt like the game had passed me a bit. There's definitely different ways of coaching now. But that being said, this has been a terrific ride, and I'm very thankful to be a part of it.
You watch, you watch hockey now, and it's so darn fast, and it trickles down to every level. Every single level is just, and the same with the Bandits, right, Corey?
For sure.
I don't know about you, but I watch them. I can't believe how fast these guys are.
The skill level on these kids is through the roof. Like, it's not just our guys; it's everybody. Like, it used to be called the jungle when we played.
Yep.
It was there, and it was a jungle. There was 2-3 fights guaranteed every night, and they're it's a totally different game. The game of intimidation's still there, whether it be at the physical level, the speed level, the skill level, the discipline level is like where you play on the ice and everything else. But the skill level that our group's got, and I'm sure the other 5 teams that are coming, it's going to be something to be seen.
Lane, for yourself, getting involved with the Bandits?
Yeah, actually, Josh kind of surprised me. We played hockey for my last couple senior years in Lashburn together, and through business we kept in touch, and then kind of threw me a message one day, piqued my interest. I'd coached minor hockey for quite a while, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be any good at this. Look for someone else. But thinking, I might like a challenge, and I don't regret it. I've loved every minute of it, and like, you get to be a part of hockey again. You get to be a part of the room, and what everyone misses when they're done is being a part of it. So in our own way, we get to go back and be a part of it again. So it's been a great experience.
Josh, those heartbreakers, do they make this sweeter?
For sure. I'm one of the first to tell this team that I'm finally happy I can call myself a champion. I lost 2 finals when I played for the Bisons back to back. Follow that up by losing 3 senior championships all in a row. So I had it in my head like it's it's you're the issue, can't get it done. And, from day one getting here with Jason Ross, who had won, Lenny, who had won, I mean, so much of what we have now started with those guys then, and then, with these guys able to do it, it's surreal. I don't think, I'm very much like to be in the moment kind of person, but there's been some nights lately sitting at home going, like, it's like a deep breath.
This core has been together for a while, though. What got them over the hump?
Truthfully, I think it was just belief. The 404s that we have here now, they've been through everything. Honestly, they've been through the first year, Joel getting hurt in round one, going through those learning curves, to their second year, winning a game against Wainwright and kind of getting outmatched ever since that, and then last year having some success in the playoffs, getting going through that grind, going through those mental, I would say, the mental side of hockey is probably the hardest part, and we kind of talked about it as a staff and a group, that there's more skill in this room and in Vermilion, that both teams are well qualified. It's going to be, can we handle the ups and downs? Can we keep our emotions in check? And really, I think it was time. They believed. They went through those hard times. We learned a very good lesson in Killam, playing in that atmosphere, and going back after losing in overtime, going to game 4, exact same atmosphere, going down in the third period again, coming out, and it was kind of at that moment I'm like, whatever happens, this team's ready for it.
This tournament's a bit of a marathon. How do you prepare for it?
That's a great question. Everyone's goals get to that gold medal game. 5 games in 5 nights is not going to be easy. I think it's going to be, the success is it. In my mind, a team can't go on the ice and say run 2 lines or run 3 lines and for 5 nights. It's not possible. I think you're going to need whichever 20 guys are in the lineup that night, everyone going together, chipping at it piece by piece, and not focus, not so much focus on that medal round or that gold medal game or anything like that. Just take it night by night and have that urgency, because in a tournament like this with this style, you're playing 4 game 7s to get to game 7 essentially.
You get to a point where you guys it's intense. It's every night against Vermilion. It's go, go, go. And now you get a big break. Like, it's been over a week now. What have you guys been doing to prepare? And what have you seen from your team? Do you think they've would you at all be worried that these guys will not have that emotion back right away?
There might be a couple minutes of rust, but I'm not worried about them. Watching them during the playoffs, we get scored on first a few games, and there's no worry, no panic. Guys are pushing back. They're working together. They're a team. They're bought in, all 4 lines. They know what to do. And, we just went through a playoff run and came out exactly where we wanted. So have a nice break, heal up a little bit, get some rest, but had a good practice last night. Boys will be ready.
So I talked to Kade and Shae about that game 2, that crazy game 2. And Shae was like, he said he was thinking it was over. What are you guys thinking on the bench? What's going through your mind? You're down 4-1.
We just wanted 1. Like, get to the room with 1, not 4-0. Just that's all I was thinking. It's like, let's have something positive here before we take a break.
For you, Corey,
honestly, anything that this team's experienced, I think we had to go through it. We had to experience it. Lane coined it, and might have even been game 2. It's part of the process here, boys. Like, just buy into what's happening here. It's gonna come, and we get 1, we get 2, we get to the point like I think there was 8 minutes left in the second period. I think we were 5-1, 5-2.
It was 5-1.
Yeah. The boys start putting some pucks deep. They start cycling the puck a bit. All of a sudden, we've scored 2 or 3 goals. We got her tied up. We've seen all 4 goalies in the net. before the end of the second period. That's a real extraordinary thing, I think. But I wasn't even worried. I didn't want to see us go down 6-5, but I was just like, whatever, we've got this still. Like, and that's my mindset, and I think that's the same with the rest of the coaching staff, and I think maybe the guys are starting to see that too. Like, I don't know, expect the unexpected a little bit at times, right? Like, and if you can get through that, the ups and downs of that, you'll come out on the other side most times better than not.
What's your guys' coaching dynamic like?
Kind of depends on the night, to be quite honest. But you know, for the most part, Corey's the forward guru. Lane kind of handles the D, and I'm kind of the guy in the middle that just goes either way, and I guess does power play and things like that. And you know, when my emotions get ramped up, it's one of these two kind of calming me down.
It works really well. You know, each one of us has different skill sets, and I think the best thing about the three of us is we know when to speak up, and we know exactly when to keep quiet and lean on each other. And you know, there's different guys that respond different to different coaches, so knowing who to chat to when, or knowing who to, you know, give them some space, it works well, the three of us.
What do you know about the competition? Obviously, you know the Tigers, but what do you know about the other 4 teams?
I've you know, done a little research obviously since we had some time off, but I was actually talking with Mike Fosty, the chair of Junior B, just about a couple tournament things before we came here, and I asked him, like, because he's been around for quite a few tournaments, and I said, how many times is it that, you know, a tournament like this you have no returning champions? And he's like, it's the first time that I've seen in a long time. But you know, just from talking to different guys in the province and things like that, you know, Medicine Hat's got a dynamic offense. They've got, I mean, their captain Kyle Woolridge scores in bunches, so hopefully not give him too many open shots over the weekend. Lacrete is a very solid team from top to bottom. They, you know, they play 4 lines, 3 sets of D every night. Sherwood Park just came off a big game 7 win over Morinville, the team that actually beat them last year. So that's a great thing for them. And you know, same thing with Calgary. They're coming out of not an easy division down there, and probably the least amount of travel, but at the time, you know, every team that's coming here deserves to be here. They've won, they've had success in their league, so there's no sleepers. Everyone knows if you have an off night, you're leaving with a loss.
So Kade kind of said it'd be nice to see some different teams. Do you guys feel that way too? It's an interesting comment, actually.
Yeah, I get it, and I totally get it, but I don't know. There's the unknowns of don't know anything about these teams other. Like, of course, we know Vermilion, they know us. There's some comfort in that, I guess, with the expectation, but there's also, yeah, it's good to see different competition. It's going to see where we measure up against everybody else as well. I don't know. Whenever you see new competition, you're going to see the absolute best or you should see the best out of their top line, their top set of D, their top goalies. I think it's a challenge that our guys should be able to hopefully rise to and show what they've got as well.
So this is the year you get over the hump. This is the year you're hosting provincials. This is the year you're playing in a new arena. Coincidence?
Just boxes that Josh set out. We wanted to check these boxes off, and I guess this is the 3rd one we're looking for. Part of a plan.
You're shaking your head, Corey. I want to know who you're like, no, it's not a coincidence.
No, this is meant to be, right? I mean, nothing's a coincidence. You got to work for what you get, and I believe these guys have done it, and our group has done that. Our off-ice organization, that's the hosting committee here, they've done a phenomenal job getting it to this point. Kudos to them, and they probably won't hear that until the very end, but this just doesn't pop up overnight, right? Like, we've known about this for a year and a half or so.
Yeah, pretty close.
So, yeah, like, we've set our sights on this, I think, as a group, and always in the back of our mind. The championship thing, like us with Vermilion there, I think that was maybe a little unexpected the way it unfolded. We were hoping to have the same result regardless of how many games it went. But we knew we were going to be here, so we belong here. So I think we need to believe that.
So Josh, when Lane says it's all part of your plan, what do you?
Yeah, I had I call myself a very structured guy, and that side of my life. Here's where we started. I told these guys from, the start of the year, and I believed it to my core, and I probably told these guys enough times that they just tuned me out. But I'm like, there's a championship team in here, and it's up to you guys to decide if you're ready to be that championship team or if you're going to let somebody else be it. So, checking that box, finishing first was a goal at the start of the year. That's, usually at the start of training camp, you have a pretty good idea of, what kind of caliber you have coming to camp and stuff like that. And I remember the first practice that we had in here, I said, guys, like, we're first. That is our goal to start the year. We were lucky enough to come down to the wire, do that in a 9-8 game, absolute marathon in St. Paul. And then, league championship was next. So if you want to call me Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, we got to finish one more list, or I'll have some issues.
Did any strategy change though? From last year to this year, was there a strategy change other than a mindset?
I don't think so. The caliber of players we had a great team last year. We had the biggest change, I guess, would be we had 15 new guys from last year, but I don't think so. I think it was highly motivated group, and this year, we got some breaks to go our way and won a couple of games in OT in the final, and a lot of teams like Vermilion is an unbelievable team as well. There's no, if we don't come back in game 2, I guess, and they win game 3 and 4 in those close OT games, it's 3-1 them. So it's tight hockey, but it's been really good.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you giving us some time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt.
Actually, stick around a bit here because it's time now for the Lloydminster Look Back. The Lloydminster Look Back is brought to you by Exhaust Masters Lloydminster. Smooth out life's bumpy road with suspension, brakes, shocks, and struts from Exhaust Masters Lloydminster. See exhaustmasters.ca or call 780-875-8851. And today we have a special look back at the 1993 championship Lloydminster Bandits, which Corey Dennett was a part of. But if not for a dedicated group of volunteers and individuals, this team might not have even been around for a 1993 run, let alone today.
What a difference 3 years and a crew of tireless, dedicated individuals can make. Close to 4 years ago at this very time, it appeared Junior B hockey was dead in Lloydminster, as the club was ready to fold. But just when the last rites were going to be read, along came Roy Noble.
And just some of the actions and the way the team played, they had lots of talent. It wasn't working. And during that year, some of the people that were involved before resigned. And Tom and Margaret Petrie, who were involved, asked me if I'd like to get involved. And I thought about it for a little while and decided that I'd really like to get involved. And it just went from there.
Well, Noble, along with co-GM Larry Pollard and team president Cliff Wist, have turned this team completely around. Another key ingredient has been the coaches, John Saunders and Brent Dallyn, the two amigos behind the bench, who have compiled an amazing record of 151 wins, 32 losses, and 1 tie in their 3 years.
I don't think it's something that we've done extra special. It's something that these kids have done extra special for themselves. The first year we come in, we didn't know what to do or what to expect mainly, and it just snowballed from there. We had a really good first year. The second year, I think maybe including us, everybody got a little bit complacent, but this year everybody stayed focused on what they wanted to do, and these kids grew up a lot this year. They know what it takes to win, and that's not just going to help them through their hockey career. That'll help them their whole life through.
I really had no idea what to expect. We knew the team had a bad reputation. We didn't know anything about any of the players. We came in completely blind. We flew blind the whole year. We made things up as we went along pretty much, and because we had, I guess, the right philosophy, the two of us both approached the game the same way, and I think we we partly locked into some pretty good players showing up that year. I'm not sure why they ended up in our camp that year, but a few of them did. We recognized a few guys that between us that might not otherwise have been noticed for their hockey ability, but we found them for what we felt was the things we wanted, the hard work ethic, that kind of thing, and it pretty much grew out of that.
Dallyn and Saunders brought a bit of a different philosophy to the team, striving more on teamwork than talent, and that teamwork paid off.
A lot of guys come back from last year, which we win the league. It was still a disappointing year. We didn't go as far as we should have, as far as we were capable of with the talent we had. So we knew that team unity was going to be a very important thing. It's something we felt we lacked a bit of last year. It was probably the only thing we lacked last year, but it was enough to cause us to have not the season we should have. This year we felt that was an absolutely vital part of the team, and we insisted on it from the start. Our veteran players knew it. They took charge of that kind of... We didn't really do much about that. We just said, here's what's required, guys. Are you willing to do it? And they were willing to do it. It's the players that pulled everything together in the end for that.
When the Bandits hit the ice in the fall, they will be the defending champions, the top of the pack, everyone gunning for them. But as for last year, a year to remember. And their season was summed up in song by fellow Bandit Alan Eric.
They ask me why do I do it, why do I play this game, why do I put myself through the grind and the pain? Why do I take to the ice for what seems no gain, push my body to the limit for a child's game? Because it's in the blood and it's in the soul, we play to win, we play for the goal. The flash of the blade and the crack of the ice, we play to hear bodies pounding for the sacrifice.
We only lost one game in the playoffs and 2 games all year in the regular season. We pulled it out.
They ask me why do I do it, why do I play this game, why do I put myself through the grind and the pain? I say I play for a dream, for the love of the game, and the life that I lead.
What a goal!
If I would do it all over again, and it was at that moment I felt I could touch the moon.
And this is Redden again on net, he scores! Bart Rodden, number 26, puts the Lloydminster Bandits up 4-3.
Because it's in the blood and it's in the soul, we play to win, we play for the goal. The flash of the blade and the crack of the ice, we play to hear bodies pounding for the sacrifice.
Yes, guys, it's for real. You, the Lloydminster Bandits, are the 1992-93 Western Canadian Junior B champions.
And we're lucky on the look back today to have Corey Dennett joining us. And we were just watching that piece and taking a look at what happened in 1993. You think about that a lot, that team, that 93 team? Because you had some success after that.
I was actually just checking it out today. We, just to kind of re-jog the memory a little bit, I look at that group that we had there. I think 11 of the guys that were on that team are business owners in this community or in the surrounding area. It was a real character team. It was our leaders, like our older, like we had 2 21s that year. That was Darcy Vardy and Warren Noble. Our captains, Dion Pollard. Like, just it was like I equate it to our room a bit. Like, it was such a tight knit group. Like, when we went and did stuff, we did it as a group. We had a reunion in 18, I guess it was a 25-year reunion, and everybody except maybe 3 or 4 people made it back. One couldn't be with us because he passed on, Corey Dennett, good friend of mine. But he, like, that group, it was like we picked up right where we left off. It was pretty cool. Like, we had one guy, like Chad Walls from Looseland. He moved up here. We had went to provincials in just outside of Lethbridge. There's Kade is what it was called, reserve just outside of Lethbridge, and we'd end up winning the gold. I guess it'd be the gold medal game. It was double overtime. Jamie Walker won the puck back to Dion Pollard, kind of CNI shot, and won provincials for us. So we drove home Sunday night. Like I was telling these guys earlier, think Wednesday evening we jumped on the bus to go to Selkirk. We played Thursday night 2 games, or Friday night 2 games Saturday. By Sunday, we're playing in the gold medal for Western. So looking back at all that, like I think we played 10 games in 11 days or 12 days or something like that. But that group, yeah, you can't help but every time you see them in the community, you think about, well, the crest on the front of this jersey you see them hanging in this room, and they're all proud Bandits to this day. A lot of them. Rob Quist might question that a little bit right now. His son is the captain of the Vermilion Tigers, but going back in time, we had a ton of fun with that group. Like it meant a lot to each and every one of us on that team, and I still think it does. Like it's when you're part of it and you're going through it, you don't understand it till you're on the other side of it. I'm over 50 now. I'm going to be turning 51 this year. I look back at that group very fondly. Like,
I don't think it's a coincidence that group. There's so many business owners, so many leaders in the community.
No, that's what I mean. Like that,
No,
but
not
that's
at
just
all.
a testament to the group that you had, and you don't know that at the time. I can't tell you who's going to have that success here. Like,
but to have all that leadership on one team,
100%. Like that's huge. Like it's just But it started at the top. Yeah, like we were talking earlier, Roy Noble, like the GM of the team.
he stepped up, right?
It was huge. Like he looked after that team, and like Cliff and Della Wist were a part of that. We had I think Corey Broadhead was one of our trainers. Phil Paralat, Dwayne Paralat's dad, was also our bus driver and trainer there. And it was a great group. If we could go back in time and relive that, I would love to. This is close enough though. Like watching this video that you showed us. So.
It speaks volumes though that you guys knew that these guys, hey, like when this started to play and you saw Roy and you're like, if Roy doesn't step up, we might not even have a team.
Yeah.
You guys knew that. You guys knew that with that team at the time. That's not something that comes out today. You knew it at the time.
It wasn't even just Roy though. Like when we got back from Lethbridge, I think it was like $17,000 or $18,000 they had to fundraise in a matter of 2.5-3 days, and I think we still had money floating in at that windup like a week later. So you think about what a community does and rallies around, and like it takes a community to raise a child, whatever. The child was a team that year in our community who rallied around that, and it's something I won't forget. Like that's.
Tell me about that goal Bart Redden scored. You were on the ice. Tell us about that goal.
It was a bit of a broken play. Honestly, I was just trying to tie up the centerman, and
you probably speared him.
Well, that
was the jungle.
That's all he teaches me.
That was probably the intent. I missed him, and I tied up his stick. The puck, I think, hit my foot, and Bart was playing left wing. Brian Fisher was on the right side. Bart picked the puck up off the wall, and kind of a bit of a CNI shot as well, but it went far post, and we knew it was going by the goalie. And you saw the chaos that happened on the ice shortly after that puck went in. So it was a pretty cool experience.
Okay, knowing that happened and knowing we're going to show you that, I found it very interesting when you said how different it was, completely different to win standing on the bench than standing on the ice.
Well, to celebrate on the bench, like you got Lane coming at you one way and you got Dutz on the other side. It's just, I don't know, like hockey players, a group of 5, they celebrate, get their arms up and they get in. I don't know. It's different. And you,
What do you take from the coaches then to put into your coaching now? Or can you take any? Was it just kicking garbage cans back then?
It's so funny you say that. And I wasn't even on the team that year, but Brent Dallyn, like my second cousin, I've told these guys a story about it, but he come in and I don't know, Trevor Peters was one of the key contributors on that team for a year or two before I got there. And then the 2 years I was there, and he always told, and I see him up at the lake every once in a while. One of his best stories is, Brent comes in and he's all pissed off about the way we played that period. And there's a cardboard box beside the garbage can. He comes in and he's got his cowboy boots on, and he goes to boot the cowboy or the box with his cowboy boots on, and box sticks to his boot. There's nothing in the box, and he stands there shaking his leg with the box stuck to his foot. And they're all trying to sit there dead faced, like trying not to laugh. Well, he leaves the room and the room erupted. That's we can't kick stuff. There's nothing to kick in here. So
You ever have to raise the voice though, Josh? You ever have to? Is that still part? Can you even do that nowadays?
You can if
when you were down 4-1, were you raising your voice?
there were some words,
Some stern talking.
yeah, just a couple finger waves, but no, of the three of us who's coming, have a bad period or we don't play really well, I'll be the first one to say I'm the first guy coming in here to, raise some hell. But at the end of the day, it was never just to, come in here to yell, just to yell. It was more, we know the group of guys we have. We know if we play a certain way, we're going to have success. So it's more not letting guys off the hook of taking, oh, well, it's 4-1, game's over. It's okay. Let's pull our head out of where it is and let's get back to work.
Well, I remember, the scene in Slapshot where they're watching soap operas. That's the way it was back in the day with Corey too. Like I'd have a day off from work finally and go over to my cousin's place and what the hell are all these guys doing over here playing Monopoly in the middle of the afternoon and watching Days of Our Lives?
Yeah. Wasn't that bad.
I think they're still doing it.
Well, thanks for doing that, Corey. I
Yeah.
appreciate the look back on that.
That's awesome.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll catch up with Vermilion Tigers head coach Danny Haygarth.
At Jason Arden and Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden and Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Hey, welcome back to Live with Kurt Price. Pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Vermilion Tigers, Danny Haygarth. We remind you that BioClean Disaster Services is certified, local, reliable, and will help you get your life back. How's that work? Well, they're going to take care of your belongings. They're going to take care of your property. BioClean Disaster Services is going to take care of you and your family. Plus, they're local. You see them sponsor a lot of things here in Lloydminster, and in just 10 years, they have become Lloydminster's largest restoration company as well. BioClean Disaster Services. They'll help you get your life back. 1-833-246-8326. Yeah, we got the coach of the Vermilion Tigers here, Danny Haygarth. Known Danny a long time, and excited to have Vermilion in this tournament. And before we get to that, Danny, just reflect a little bit on the Tiger season. You guys had a tremendous season.
We did. We had a really good season. We ended up 28-5-3 in regular season. Ended up a point back of Lloyd for second place in the league, and we've got a pretty veteran team. But the guys came together, they worked together, and we had a really, really successful regular season, and it's kind of led into our playoffs.
You guys had a little bit of tough road through the playoffs because you had to go through Wainwright, but you did it. You slayed the Dragon. Tell us about that series.
You know what? It was we lost game one at home, and then we'd had a break because first us and Lloyd got to bye the first round. So you come out of a 2-week layoff, you're not ready to go. As much as you practice, the guys aren't ready. They're not in game shape. So we dropped the first one to Wainwright, and then after that, our guys really dug in. And you know what? It's been coming. It's been 4 years that I've been out in Vermilion, and we ran into Wainwright a couple times already. And we were on the other end of things. And you know what? It was sure nice to beat them and end kind of their 9-10 year run here. So we've all been chasing them. Wainwright's done a fantastic job there, kind of to set the bar of our league, and we've all been chasing, and finally we caught them this year. So it was a good feeling to win that one, and then moved on to Lloyd and didn't quite get the result that we wanted, but
Did Wainwright take a lot out of you guys, and then go up against a Lloydminster team that finished first overall? Did you kind of see it that way?
You know what? I think it was that was our final, was kind of beating Wainwright. Like, we played so well in that series, and, everything, we got a lot of breaks, and, we just got a lot of puck luck, and, you know what? And it just didn't feel the same going into the Lloyd series. I think our guys were a little bit, you just kind of build yourself up and you win that and you beat Wainwright and you finally beat them. And then it's, you still got a final that you got to play. And our guys played well, but, we just came out on the wrong end of it.
It was a different series. It started in Vermilion, but Lloyd's the home team, got the home ice advantage. But every game was close.
It was, every game was really a one goal game. We lost the first one. They scored an empty netter to make it 3-1. The second game we were up 4-0, and it very uncharacteristically of my hockey teams. I preached defense, and we didn't show much of it that night. Took some undisciplined penalties, and all the credit to Lloyd. They didn't quit, and they scored a couple on the power play when we took some dumb penalties, and they just fought their way back into the game and ended up beating us 7-6. So the next game you go into overtime, and same thing, we're leading for 57 minutes of it, and put a veteran line on the ice, and 3 of them can't get the puck out, and all of a sudden it's in your net and you're going to OT, and then anybody can win, right? And and then game 4 we end up going to triple overtime in that one, and we had chances to win. We had chances to win in every game, and we just didn't seem to get any breaks. So we lose 4-0. It looks bad when you sweep, but at the end of the day, our team, we're proud of what we did and how we played, and now we just look forward to this week.
That game too, you think you win that game, it changes the series?
Oh, definitely it does. And you know what, when you go from Vermilion's rink, which is tiny, to this big ice surface here, you know what, it really plays in the Bandits. They're fast. They got a good skilled hockey team, and you know what, losing that first one, and now we only had 2 left at home. Now you're coming on the road, and you got to win at least one. And once we kind of blew the lead in that second game, I was a little worried. And then, we played a good game 3, and then we could have easily have mailed it in for game 4, and the boys don't. We got a lot of character in our room. We got a lot of pride, and I was really proud of the way my hockey team responded in that.
What's it like going into a series where you get to that point, you're playing the home team of Provincials, you're going to Provincials? You know what, you still want to earn your way in. You know what, we didn't want to backdoor our way in. Yeah, we knew we were coming to Provincials and stuff, but at the same time, you still want to hang a banner in your rink. You still want to earn your way to Provincials, and so it's a little bit of a letdown. So we've had 2 weeks to kind of reflect on it and kind of basically get our guys reset and get ready for this week coming up here. So I feel like Lloyd Vermilion, of course there's Lloyd guys playing on Vermilion, and you've coached the Bandits before. Everybody kind of knows each other, but man, that series, Danny, there's a lot of animosity still from that series.
Oh, for sure. And you know what, like we were looking at, I think we have 20 kids on my team out of the 25 that have played minor hockey in Lloyd at one point. So we've been fortunate that we're getting kids from the Marwayne areas, the PV, Lloyd, things like that. Bandits can only have 25 guys, so they can't have 40 or 50 that are in our league from Lloyd and playing all on the Bandits. So, you know what, we're going to have that, but it is. There's always been a rivalry. As long as I've been in Lloydminster, Vermilion and Lloyd don't get along. So, you know what, it was a good, rough series. And, you know what, I think that playing in this rink, with it being so big, you don't realize how many people are actually there, but we had a pretty good crowd here for games 2 and 3, that's for sure. So
with that many guys, what's it like coming in, and you're not the home team, but at times it must feel like it for your players?
For sure.
And for yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, we all have family and friends, and you know what, when we come into this rink, we know that our fans follow us. They're proud to come and cheer for us. So we always have great support from our community. So, you know what, knowing that, like, coming to Provincials here, it is going to be like a home game. It's like we're going to have 4 home games, so we're looking forward to it. I know that we got a fan bus or whatever coming in, hopefully. So, hopefully we got some people coming in that'll make some noise for us, and hopefully we give them something to cheer about.
What do you know about, I know you know lots about Lloyd, of course, but what do you know about the other teams in the tournament?
Excuse me. I think Medicine Hat, for them to beat Okotoks, Like, I haven't seen them play or anything, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty strong. I've got a guy that I know up north that said Lacrete is a very, very solid hockey team, and I watched Sherwood Park. You know, they're not big, they're not physical, but they're pretty fast and they play really well defensively. So, you know, I think it's going to be a test every game. The one team I don't know nothing about really is Calgary. You know, it's different down there. I got a buddy that his son plays in the league, and he's like, well, Danny, they got this and this and this, but there's no video, there's no nothing. So it's been hard to kind of get any homework done on them. But I think that the way we're looking at it is it's game 7 of a 7-game series every day. And I don't think that you can dress the same 20 guys all week long and be successful. We're fortunate we're coming in with 26 guys carded that will probably all of them will play. I just think that you got to have some fresh legs in your lineup every day, or else you're just going to run out of gas. These guys aren't used to playing this much hockey in such a short time, and it doesn't matter how much you skate and how much you practice, it's not the same. So we're really looking forward to our depth. We think we got we think we have as much depth as anyone else. We got some really good affiliates that will play for us this week, so we're really looking forward to the week.
It feels like it was yesterday, but it's been over a week now since the Northeast Alberta Junior B Hockey League Final. What have you guys been doing since then?
We've had about 4 or 5 practices. We practiced twice here in Lloyd. Guys wanted to get used to, like I said, the ice surface is way smaller in Vermilion than it is here. So just practicing your special teams and basically just skating on this bigger ice surface just for the last couple of days here, just so your team gets used to it. Get used to the boards. The benches are different. They're way bigger. You know, with the 3 doors and things like that, it messes up teams. So, you know, we just come in just to get used to the ice and that. But no, boys have been working really hard. Practices, we practiced before the Lloyd series, and practices were kind of, you know, you could just see it. It wasn't quite there. And then these last 4 practices that we've ran getting ready for this, like, you see my team's focused again, and it's like, this is the team that I saw when we were going into the Wainwright series. So we're really looking forward to things.
You've referred to this building a lot. It is kind of your home rink. I mean, you're from Lloyd. What do you think of the new building?
I like it. It's a beautiful building. You know, I don't like the fact they won't let us bring in air horns. I don't like that. So we got a lot of fans.
I'm okay with no air horns.
But you know, sometimes it's a little. When you go to our little barn, and you got 700 people in there, and it's loud. And then here you put 700 people. It's such a big building. It's a little dead, to be honest with you. So, you know, nothing to be better than to see Lloyd and us in the final on Sunday, and I'm sure this place will be rocking on that day if that happened.
You'd be the villain, Danny.
Oh, I know.
How do you? What's that like in your hometown?
You know, I don't mind it. At the end of the day, you know, we show up and we all want to compete and we all want to win, but I've always taken it, when the game's over, the game's over. There's nothing you can do to change it. And you know what, I'm going to say some things on the ice that I probably regret, but in the heat of the moment, that's competition. You're going to have that. So I don't mind being the villain. If it means I'm a villain, then I'm a villain. But anyone who knows me know I'm a pretty good laid-back guy, so I'm pretty easy to get along with.
Thanks for doing this, Danny. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you, Kurt.
Our thanks to Danny Haygarth for doing that. We would also like to thank Shae Stewart and Kade Dennett, Corey Dennett, Josh Dudding, and of course his assistants, Corey Dallyn and Lane Klassen, for joining us today as well. And it has been a whole lot of fun. This is going to be a fun week. Get your tickets. You heard them say $50 and come in and watch any game. I feel like we're really fortunate because there's so many boys on the Vermilion team too that are Lloyd boys. So we're going to watch some great hockey here in Lloyd. And you know, we look back at 93. Corey and I were also talking about 95 when they hosted Westerns and the Civic Center was packed. It's just a great time, great atmosphere. And this is going to be some real good hockey. So get your tickets. We'll be with you tomorrow morning. We're back at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, back in the studio. And we'll have Kim Crockett from the B. Fisher Foundation joining us. We're going to find out about what they've got going on with Wickham Nurseryland. And we look forward to talking to you then.